Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is me, Mysterious Cameraman, and today we're going to be talking about X-Men Dark Phoenix. So this is a very interesting film. I went into this very excited to review it. I had very little expectations because I've seen this movie once and I hated it once. So I was very, very excited to see it again. And at this point in my X-Men movie saga, I've seen... This is the last X-Men movie, and then I'm moving on to the Deadpools, the Wolverines, and the New Mutant. So I was very excited for this. Before we get into it, I don't think there's anything I need to say besides check out my last X-Men reviews. There's like 5 or 6 or 7, I don't even know anymore. But yeah, let's finish off the X-Men saga with this terrible piece of cinema. I don't think I've seen something that has made me hate the X-Men this much. By this point, I think X-Men 97 finished maybe half a month ago. This does no justice to these characters in any way, shape, or form. It is a character assassination of pretty much every single X-Men. This film is just so bad. Unbelievably bad. In no way is it not bad. And I mean that quite literally. I cannot tell you a single thing that this film actually does right. And that's saying something. This film is really just so bad. And I wish I could say that this film had redeemable qualities. I really do. I don't think there really are any. Because even in the last X-Men films, I can at least either have fun with it or there were good moments. But by this point, it isn't great anymore. Because we had such a stacked cast for these X-Men movies. We got James McAvoy, there is Michael Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence, Nicholas Hoult. I think those are the 4 big ones. Kevin Bacon was in the first one. We had the original peoples in the second one. In the third one, we had Oscar Isaac, so that was something. But in this one, by this point, there's just nothing interesting anymore. I think the idea of them having these just great characters are out the window. The characters have the characters aren't interesting to follow anymore. I don't think anything new has been done with Magneto or with Professor X. I just don't think anything good came out of this film being made. And I really do try to stay positive during reviews like this and things like that. But really, when I say this, nothing good came out of this film. Almost every character was bad. This was the one film of these that I actually hated watching. I just don't know how to explain how terrible this is. Everything about this film is just an insult to the X-Men characters. Cyclops, who was so good in 97, is so bad here. In no way is Cyclops good. I think Jean Grey does nothing interesting in this. And I think the worst part of this film is the fact that they bring in aliens in the final X-Men film. And I know it's been said in every review, but why are you bringing in aliens? That is not a plot. And why can the Dark Phoenix plot not be its own film? This film is called X-Men Dark Phoenix, yet you're not letting the film be like, what if the whole villain is just Jean Grey? And the villain isn't Magneto, it isn't the Cure, and it isn't aliens. This film is an insult to these characters, and it is baffling that this film was made. I just hate pretty much every aspect of it. I do try to be positive during some of these reviews, but even the X-Men intros aren't even here in this one. This film really tried to take itself seriously. The one good thing I'd say is the fact that there is a decent soundtrack. That's it. Besides from a somewhat decent soundtrack, This film literally does nothing else good. I wish that they ended with, if they did their original plan with doing X-Men First Class, then doing their Dark Knight film, and then ending with Days of Future Past. That would be great. And then that's it until the Marvel films. But instead, we ended with Dark Phoenix, which is just so bad. It is just terrible. And I don't understand why this film was made. I wish I could say more about it. I wish I could make a full review on it. But I don't think there's much to be said. The characters all suck. The plot makes no sense. And once again, the final battle begins at like an hour 10 out of 2 hours. And it's like, why is that the decision you're making? We spent like an hour with these characters, and immediately we're thrusted into the final battle. The pacing in this film was so bad, and the plot and the idea of like the X-Men turning on each other, but the aliens weren't needed for this, and this film just is so odd, and it's just like, what was the purpose of creating this film? And I think that's the biggest thing. I don't understand why this film needed to be made. And I wish I knew. I really do. But I don't. And this is not I don't know how the studio was like, yeah, this is a good X-Men film. Because Apocalypse, I think, has some redeemable qualities. This does not have any redeemable qualities. If they want to do a Dark Phoenix plot, you don't need to have aliens in it. You just don't. And some of the dialogue in this film is so bad. They kill off Mystique in a very bad way. And I wish that Jean Grey could have stayed the main villain the whole time, but instead they had to bring in the aliens. I did not understand that decision. And as much as I wish I could make a long review on this film and fully talk about every aspect of it, I do not think I could bring myself to do that, because this film is genuinely just so unbelievably terrible. And that's where I'm ending my review. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Check out the other X-Men films, I guess. The other reviews I've done. Next up is X-Men Origins Wolverine. I don't think it's much better. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.